Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you with us tonight. We're so excited to have the Big Sports Quiz come exclusively to Manchester. So whether you're at University of Manchester, Man Met, Salford, UCFB, wherever you are, we're glad to have you tuning in. Even if you're a Man City fan or a Man United fan, it's a pleasure to have you all here. My name's Jen, and let me hand over to Lewis, who will explain how we're going to play along tonight.
Thanks, Jen. It's great to have you with us tonight. And yeah, we've got 3 steps that you need to follow to get stuck in. Step number 1, make sure you keep watching on the YouTube here. You're with us now, so don't pause it. Step 2, get yourself on a video call. Get your team on a video call. It should work for Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, Hangouts, and other video platforms. But you're going to want to discuss and have a bit of chat as we go along. So I definitely recommend getting a team on a video call. And there are 2 ways in which you can tune in with us. You can either have 2 devices, one for the YouTube stream here and other one for your video chat, or one member of your team can screen share the YouTube as you're on a call all together. And third of all, appoint a captain, appoint a scribe. They'll need to have the answer sheet open, which they can access from the link across the screen below. So that's where you can fill in your answers. And you'll need you need to have your team name filled in there as well. So become creative, think about what your team name could be. And also the captain, the scribe, should probably have reliable internet. And also they should be able to spell as well. Spelling does matter. We use Google Forms to mark the answers. And we do make allowances, but generally full name and all caps as well. But yeah, get your team name, get it written down. We'll give you about a minute or so to get that all sorted. And then Jen is going to explain a little bit more about the plan for the evening. But yeah, we'll give you a bit of time to get that sorted. Jen, how are you feeling? You excited?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so glad I didn't have to come up with a team name, because honestly, I find that so hard trying to be creative. It doesn't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And I heard you saying that we're even going to let Man City fans join in. Is that true? Are we really letting them in as well?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't have an opinion. You might be subjective here, but oh well. Sorry. Tough luck.
We really are letting them all in. There we go. Well, yeah, we'll just give you a little bit more time now. Get your team names submitted. Get ready. That's where all the questions are going to be. But Jen, go on. What is the plan for the evening?
Amazing, right?
I'm excited for this. We're going to be on here for about 80 minutes or so, and our plan for the evening is there's
going to be 4 rounds of sporting questions. There'll be 60 seconds per question. Some familiar
with twists and some will be brand new, hopefully. Not all the questions will be shown again, so do make sure you get something put down for each of your questions on that Google form, which is across the bottom of the screen and in the YouTube description as well. After that, we'll let you know when to submit your answer sheets, so don't stress. We'll tell you, you'll get 2 minutes to do that. Then we're going to hear a short talk on the Christian faith from Duncan. After that, we'll have the answers. We'll run through those. Hopefully that's not too frustrating, seeing where you've gone wrong. And if it's a tie, well, ultimately you're joint top. But perhaps, Lewis, maybe you can choose the crown, get who to give the crown to based on the name. We'll see. But go on, Lewis, tell us how people can get in touch with us.
That's a big responsibility. Well, they better come up with some good team names. Okay, yeah, definitely. Do get in touch. Use the comments on the live stream. Get some comments in there, and we'll read a few out. And share some photos as well. Whatever your setup is, whatever it looks like with your team right now, get a photo. Tag us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Use the hashtag Big Sports Quiz as a caption. And if you've got kit on, if you've got team kit, get it on, get the photos in. But do you know what? I reckon about 30 seconds now, we should have the instructions on the screen. If you're just joining now, what would you reckon, Jen? Are we good to go? Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm quite excited, so let's get started, shall we?
Our first round is going to be sporting trivia. So, very simple, your classic quiz. We've got a range of sports Hopefully one of them at least suits you. And we've got 10 questions. So each question will be 60 seconds. There'll be a countdown on screen, and then we'll move on to the next one. So go on, Lewis, kick us off with the first question. Let's get started, shall we?
Here we go. Question 1.
Oh, exciting. We're in suspense here, Lewis. I enjoy this.
Is it?
I'm quite glad it's not me that's having to answer all these questions as well, because I get too competitive. I don't know about you.
I know. Well, what do you reckon? Are we getting question 1 up? I'm looking forward to it. First round, sporting trivia. You all love it. Is sporting trivia your favourite, Jen? Is that the classic for you?
Do you know, I think sporting trivia, honestly, it can be so frustrating sometimes, because do you not decide that you know the answer, you know that you should know the answer, and you're like, oh, what should that be? I think that's because, and also sometimes I'm just like, I don't know all the football ones. I do like a bit of football, but those old history ones, you boys are better at knowing them, if I'm perfectly honest. But it's fine. I think we're having some technical issues, but we'll get back started again in just 2 minutes with the next question, the first questions. But it's great to see Josh Horn is buzzing for tonight.
Josh Horn is absolutely buzzing for tonight. Good to see it. If you've got chat, tell us where you're from, what your club is, whereabouts you're coming and joining us from. We'd love to hear. But yeah, Jen, I think you're right. Sporting trivia, it goes one of two ways, doesn't it? It's either absolutely impossible, we've got no idea how to answer it, or it's dead easy. Finding that middle balance is often quite hard, isn't it?
It's tough. Oh, I love to see Sorry's absolutely buzzing there as well. He's so excited. Now, if you are just joining us, don't worry. You're not too late. There is on the bottom in the description is the answer form for the quiz, and coming across the bottom there. So get your team captain to go on that and fill in the answers as we're about to get the questions up and running. And yeah, Lewis, as you said, get in touch, get those comments in. I would love to see where people are from. Hopefully, I imagine most people will be in Manchester, but who knows? Everyone could be everywhere. Lewis, you're a footballer. I'm doing rugby this year, so we'll be cool to see what different sports we've got as well. I wonder what the most rogue sport we could have joining us. Could be some MMA, maybe.
Some MMA?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, if it is MMA, it would be an interesting team photo that they get up. That's cool.
That's true. It'd be so cool, actually, if people could get some sports kit on for their team photo. That would be cool. Yeah. Or matching kit as well, like a team kit. That'd be really cool.
Do you know what? It might smell. You might not have worn it in a while. Get it out. Get it on. Get the picture taken. Get it sent over. # big sports quiz. And then we'd love to see what you're up to.
Yeah, that would be good. Actually, do you know, the more props, the better as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll edge it if there's a tie. If there's a tie and someone has a team picture with a good team name and they've got some sports kit in there and some sports stash, who knows? We'll see. That might edge it. Yeah. Be excited though.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. Go on then, Jen. As we're waiting for the first round, sporting trivia, can you give us a hint to what other rounds are going to be happening tonight? Is there a little sneak peek we can have?
Yeah, I could give us a little sneak peek. I think so. The round that I am particularly looking forward to, that I've been told is happening, is the observation round. So that's going to be later on. Observation round, we've got a video that you will watch. We'll show that, and you're going to need to make notes of what's going on. And then I think all the questions, they're all based on what you've just seen in the video, which could be quite, like, that's good. That's an even playing field. There's no prior knowledge needed for that. It's just you've got to watch and be ready, watching and listening. I think, do we also have some sporting logos? Is that right, Lewis?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we might well do. So I wonder how well your sporting brand knowledge is. But I tell you what, you're right, aren't you? For that observation round, it doesn't matter how many pub quizzes you've been to. It doesn't matter how many big sport quizzes you've been to during lockdown. Everyone is in the same boat. And yeah, grab a pen or a paper for that one, I think, because it can be any kind of question that you're asked on. So we'll have to see. But I'm getting excited now. Tension's building.
Yeah. Well, it is
Let's-
indeed. It is indeed. Unfortunately, there is some tech issues, isn't that right, Lewis? I think, but that's fine. We'll manage. I think what's the other round we've got lined up for tonight, Lewis?
What we said, we've got sporting logos, we've got observation, and we've got higher, faster, stronger is going to be the final round, I believe. So yeah, there's going to be options for that one. The task is to select which is higher, faster, or stronger based on the question. So yeah, 4 exciting rounds, sporting trivia to kick us off. But go on, Jen. We're here for a sports quiz. We're all here because we love sport. We want to compete. Give us a rundown then. Go sporting tournament. Best sporting tournament ever. It could be one you've played in, could be one that you've watched. Favorite team, favorite country. But go on, what do you reckon? Best sporting tournament.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I feel like I want to say the Six Nations, which is happening just now. That is always great fun. It is tense watching Scotland play sometimes, and I'm afraid it's only Scotland I'm ever going to support. But that is some tense stuff. So yeah, Six Nations is a good one. Actually, I volunteered and helped out a couple of years ago at the Glasgow European Championships, and that was really cool. Just being in amongst all the different athletes and things. You're just walking about and you're just like, whoa, look at these people. That was fun. Yeah, and there's just so much buzz around different sporting tournaments. I don't know what are yours going to be, Lewis? I feel like I can guess, but go on, tell us.
Favorite sporting tournament. Do you know what? I absolutely love the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big football fan, but I think it's hard to beat a bit of Wimbledon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is hard. The buzz you get, and last year we didn't have it. Devastating. Hopefully we'll get it back this year. Yeah, I think it's got to be Wimbledon. All right, go on. We've gone tournaments. What about greatest sports player of all time? In your opinion, the GOAT of the sport. Go on, go rugby. We know you love rugby.
So like current players right now, you have to say that Finn Russell and Stuart Hogg are just class.
I knew you were going to go Scottish. It's an emotional subject, isn't it? Go on. Are we ready? Sporting trivia. We're ready to go.
I'm warmed up now. We're warmed up. We've been thinking about that sporting trivia already, thinking about those tournaments. So, Lewis, would you kick us off with the first question? Go on, let's start.
Absolutely. It'd be a pleasure. All right, what have we got then? First round, sporting trivia. It's taken a bit longer. You've had to listen to some of our dreadful chat. We are sorry. But let's see.
Classic tech. Classic tech.
Issues.
That's all right.
Okay. Here we go. Question 1. Which nation has most Olympic gold medals in swimming?
That is quite tricky.
Do you know what? We're starting. It's a big question to start.
Yeah. You've got some big swimmers in there, because obviously you've got like Rebecca Addington, for example, for the UK. She was on fire back in her day.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Jen. The only time I have any hope is when I think the answer might be Michael Phelps. And I don't think the answer is Michael Phelps for this one. That is the only answer I can go for a swimming.
He's not a nation, I'm afraid. Not a nation at all.
Talking about goats, he is definitely the goat at swimming. Though. Absolutely no debate there.
Yeah, he's definitely a big goat. Yeah, he's also a big guy. I'm pretty sure he was quite hench, or is quite hench. Very cool. Right, go on. Hope you've got your answers in for that one. Next question, question 2. Which footballer is the only player to have won the Ballon d'Or other than Ronaldo or Messi since 2008? Ooh.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad to see a footy question. Do you know what, Jen? Here's a stat for you. Ronaldo and Messi have both not made it through to the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time, I think since 2007 or 2008. Both Barcelona and Juventus crashed out in the last 16 in the last week or so. Can you believe it?
course, you're right. No, that is a long time that the two of them have been up there. Wow. That's a really long time.
It is a long time. Go on. Do you reckon you know the answer to this one, Jen?
I think it was be a big old guess, if I'm honest. Big old guess. See,
Go on.
Ronaldo and Messi would be my guess, but they're there.
Taken away.
well.
Gone. All right, here we go. Question 3. What have we got? Which international rugby team, Jen, this is for you, are ranked number 1 in the World Rugby Ladies rankings? There we go. Would you back yourself the knowledge for this one? What do you reckon?
That's an interesting one. I think I could definitely give like a top 5, and the order of that, that it would be mix it up. But yeah, it's between 2 teams for this for me. I don't know. Do you have an idea for this one? How women's rugby? How well do you know it? Go.
I'll be honest. Women's rugby, I don't think is my strong point. For me, rugby goes pretty much as far as the 6 Nations, and that's about it. Even club rugby. A lot of my friends at school supported Harlequins, but I've never got into it myself too much. But I don't know. I'd definitely back you with this question.
Thanks. I'll take that. We've got question 4 now. Oh, who won 2020's Tour de France in a dramatic finale? That's another tournament that I think is cool. It is cool.
Oh, Tour de France. Again, cycling. Here we go. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Impressive.
Are you much of a cycler, Jen?
I don't mind a wee bit of cycling, but I don't do loads of it. I like the amount that the guys at Tour de France do. You have to admit, it is insane. Like the distance that they cover. Chris Hoy is a bit of a legend. I'm not going to lie. Another Scot for you.
You're loving the Scottish. You're trying to. Is that your whole plan for tonight? Try and get in as many sporting Scottish legends in the chat.
Sorry.
Is that your plan? I do know what? A lot of people are taking up cycling, aren't they, for lockdown? They're seeing a lot more people on their bikes, that's for sure.
It's good for your fitness, and it's good to escape for a wee bit of, excuse of fitness. Works well.
All right, here we go. 4 questions in. Question 5. Novak Djokovic was disqualified in the 4th round of the 2020 US Open. Why?
Ooh. Do you remember this one?
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've given big chat with saying Wimbledon's my favourite sporting tournament, but I actually don't think I'd know the answer to this one. But we had some big chat, didn't we? We had some big debate about Novak Djokovic, didn't we, Jen?
Yeah, we have recently. Just like what is he a lovable guy? I don't know.
Oh, he's a machine, though, isn't he? He's an absolute machine.
Yeah. Would you say he's the GOAT of tennis?
Oh, do you know what? I think you'd put Federer, Nadal, and him all in the same bracket, wouldn't you? But I think it is Roger Federer, isn't it?
Don't forget Andy Murray. Don't write off Andy Murray too quickly here.
I do love Andy Murray. Don't get me wrong, but he's no Roger Federer.
Fair. He's cool though. Andy's cool. Right. Cool. Question 6. What have we got? Oh, which undefeated mixed martial artist won BBC's World Sports Star of the Year 2020? So not just BBC Sports Personality, it's BBC World Sports Star of the Year. This was announced in January, wasn't it? Or the start of this year, I think.
Yeah. And you know what, Jen? If there is an MMA team out there, as you were saying earlier on, they'll be on the money. So let's see. If there is an MMA team out there, give us a shout in the comments. Let us know, and we'll show it. But I don't know. Who was it that won the Sports Star of the Year 2020? Do you remember?
Sports Personality. Was it Lewis Hamilton?
Personality this year. I think it was, wasn't it? And it was Lewis Hamilton.
He has done some impressive stuff, to be fair. He is a machine as well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're mentioning a lot of goats of the sport, aren't we, today? That's for sure. All right.
What do we know?
Question 7. Who is the European captain for the 2020-2021 Ryder Cup?
Golf.
Yeah. Is golf your strong point?
Again, it's another one of those sports, I think a bit like the Tour de France, that if it's on, I'll watch it because it's a bit of sport, but I don't find it the most exciting one to watch. My dad, my dad would put it on and I would watch it then. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I can't say I'm much of a golfer. I mean, maybe dabbled in the art of Wii Sports golf back in the day, I have to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't say golf is my strong point. But some big tournaments, isn't there? You got the Masters, the Ryder Cup as well. I'm guessing that means obviously it didn't happen in 2020.
Yeah, I don't think it did. I think it was called off, so it's been postponed to this year. Fair enough. Exciting. Right, question 8. Which nation won the Women's T20 Cricket World Cup in 2020? Woohoo. Here we go. Cricket is a sport I knew very little about until January, maybe. Yeah.
And what changed it though, Jen? Why are you suddenly so invested in the world of cricket?
Well, let me tell you. Lockdown came about yet again, and there was no sport on yet again. So what did we decide to do? Find a sport, and we found the Big Bash League, which is the cricket league that was happening in Australia. And do you know, just the Australian accents, that's enough to just get you invested.
Yeah.
And then you just pick a team, and what team did I pick? The winning team.
Shocking.
There we go.
Just pick the team that were in first place halfway through the season, Jen. That was what you did.
That's not quite true. Sydney Sixers, I'd already picked them. What can I say? I'm fully invested now. I do love it.
They mic up the captains as well, so you can hear what the captains are saying on the pitch, which is really cool.
That is cool. That is very cool.
All right, here we go. Question 9. Canadian Ian Miller holds the record for the most Olympic appearances in any sport. How many Olympic Games has he competed in? Is it A, 5, B, 7, C, 9, or D, 10?
Wow.
Here we go, mate. We're mixing up a bit of multiple choice. Here we go.
I'm just thinking there's 4 years between each Olympic year. So even 5 times 4, that's 20. That's over 20 years, if my math's right.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That is a really long time. I mean, I can't say I know Ian Miller, but he's an absolute machine, an absolute unit to get through any of that. Really.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah. I know we don't know what sport he does, but still, he's a machine for getting through at least 20 years to be at peak form. But
that is crazy. Crazy stuff.
Now, we've got our last question of the round. Welsh rugby captain Alan Wynne-Jones won his 149th cap in last year to pass whose record as the most internationally capped player? Interesting. Don't you know this one, Lewis?
I could stab a guess, but I wouldn't have too much confidence. I mean, Alan Wynne-Jones has been around for a long time, hasn't he? But I'll tell you what, it looks like, because he's Welsh, isn't he? So it looks like Wales are going to maybe win the Six Nations. Bit controversially, though, because they did beat 2 teams with just 14 players. What do you reckon? Are they going to go and take it?
Oh, we'll see. I'd be a wee bit annoyed if they do, but exactly because of that, to be honest. They bet Scotland on 14, so we're a wee bit better. But what do you think?
I think it'd be hard not to see them do it now because they've got Italy to play still, haven't they?
They do. Right, it looks like we're going on to the next round, Lewis. What one's this one?
Here we go. Okay, sporting logos. Here we go. On the screen, you're going to see a logo of a sporting brand, and you're going to have to identify that brand. That's the plan. If you're coming in late, if you're just joining us now, it's great to have you with us. Get stuck in. Go on and find the answer sheet. There should be a link that can be found at the bottom of the screen. And it's also in the YouTube description that you're on now. Get your answers in and join us for round 2. That's the plan. So yeah, if you're joining late, get on the answers, fill them in, and then we'll go from there. But okay, here we go. Sporting logos, round 2. Go on, Jen. Kick us off with the first one. What have we got?
Oh, right. Oh, do you know it's familiar? Definitely familiar. The thing is, you need to watch your spelling with these rounds. And get it right. Do you think, Lewis, do you know this one?
Do you know what? I would back myself. I do. I think everyone backs themselves with a logo, don't they? as soon as a logo round comes on, it's a bit of a anyone can do anything, you know, because I don't know, we all see them, but I do like my sporting merchandise. I'm a big sucker for a bit of branded kit, I have to say. So I would back myself with this kind of round. What about you?
Yeah, again, a bit like the sport and trivia. I'd see it and I think I'd go, flip, I should know that. Like, I really should know that. I've seen it, I've got it. But getting it when you need to, that's the challenge. Definitely.
There we go.
Dear.
Okay, we had question 1. What do we reckon? Question 2 is coming in. Ooh. Okay. I'll tell you what, Jen. It's hard not to give anything away if we do know it, isn't it? We can't even really chat about the question because, even if we do know it, we need to be careful. We need to hold each other accountable here.
Okay.
But
and I think this one, I think I can gamble a good guess at.
Yeah, there's a reason why you should definitely know this one.
Yeah.
All right. What if you had to pick, Jen? We were chatting about this the other day. You can only wear one bit of sported kit for the rest of your life. Which sporting brand are you picking? You only wear one for the rest of your life.
Oh, hard. I do quite like a bit of Under Armour, and I do quite like Nike. Oh, Under Armour, Nike, Adidas. They're my top go-tos probably.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you say?
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? My heart would go Nike, but Under Armour is cool, isn't it?
Oh.
Well, here we go.
Good. This one, I think I recognise it. It's not as familiar. Definitely.
We've stepped up a bit, haven't we? Question 3.
Kind of
Getting a bit more serious.
Interesting.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, no. So back to the question. I think it sounds silly, and if I'm sure other football fans might be able to relate. But whatever team, whatever brand my football team is being supplied by is it has a big sway in terms of which brand I like. So I used to really like Adidas, and now the football team I support used to really like Nike, and now the football team I support has Adidas. So I think honestly that swayed me a lot.
There you go. That's the power of branding, isn't it? I suppose, and marketing.
There you go.
Quite impressive.
Oh.
This is a rogue one.
No, this one.
Not confident. No, I don't think I could put a name on that one at all.
Here we go. James White. What's he saying?
There are some things I just don't need to know in life, and that logo is one of them.
I'll tell you what, Jen. It looks like James White is struggling with the logo around.
Oh, poor boy.
Dear.
Sorry,
I wonder
James.
which logo that was about as well.
What was that? Sorry.
Do you reckon it's about this? Do you reckon it's about this logo here? Which one do you think it was?
I think it could well be about this one. I mean, to be honest, the last one as well with that bird is quite rogue.
Yeah, a couple of more tricky ones. Definitely stepped it up in the last 2.
Yeah. What have we got? Oh, no, I do recognise this one straight off the bat.
Yeah, do you reckon? You back yourself here?
Yeah, I'd back myself. It takes me back to school a little bit, this one.
Is it?
I can't say anything else, though.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? You know what? It's one of those ones, if you know it, you know it. There's no debate in terms of, could it be this, could it be that? It's quite a distinct one, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think this is definitely a one that you'll kick yourself on if you don't get it right.
Yeah. Definitely agreed. I don't know, Jen, we're starting to act like we know all the answers here.
Two into our sports, I suppose, eh?
I know.
Maybe.
All right. 5 questions down. We've turned the heat up a little bit for the last couple. What do you reckon? Here we go. Question 6.
Okay, this is one of those ones where I'm like, right, familiar. Know I should know it, but cannot put a name to it right now. Trying to think like the items of clothing that I've seen it on. or like sporting equipment to try and help.
That's a question. How do you, if you don't recognize a brand, but you know you've seen it, how do you go about trying to piece it together and think about what it could be? What's the trail of thought?
Yeah, I genuinely think that's probably it. Would be taking that logo and trying to place it on different pieces of sporting equipment or different like teams, like you were saying, your football team.
Yeah.
I think that would have to be my technique. I mean, I'm trying to do it right now and it's not working for this one, so don't at me and say that it didn't work.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest, Jen. I'm stumped here.
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue with this one.
This one, I don't know. I wouldn't even be able to try and think about where I've seen it before. I wouldn't even say I'd actually recognise this one. Definitely a harder one.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do my technique right now. I've got my concentration face on, and it's not working at all.
You just bigged it up, and it's not even working for you, Jen.
I know. Like I said, though, don't at me if anyone else tries it and it doesn't work, because it's not doing me many wonders here. But this is why you need a team, and you don't like. It's better not to do it yourself.
That's it. I bet there'll be someone in that MMA team that knows this one. 100%, Jen. We're still yet to see a comment, but I'm confident we've got one joining us.
That would be cool.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you recognise this one, Lewis?
I do. I do actually recognise this one. I'm
confident.
I'm not sure I can remember the name of it, but I can really remember where I've seen it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't say. I think it will give it away. But yeah, I don't think I can quite remember the actual name. Okay.
Yeah. Not one that I know of, but to be honest, I don't know many sporting brands or logos that their main colour is orange. To be perfectly honest, as well, that's a rogue one to me.
Is it? You're not a fan of the colour orange, Jen?
I've just been told on many occasions it does not suit ginger hair, so I tend to avoid orange. But,
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. Not a bad colour, but yeah, it's whatever. Right, next. Ooh. Okay. I think I could put something down for this one.
Yeah. I think I get this one. I think I
quite
get
confidently.
It's. Yeah. It's hard not to say something.
Yeah, don't you let anything slip.
Yeah. No, I'd say this one is slightly more common than the last couple we've seen. Slightly more mainstream.
Yeah.
But still not an easy one to get.
No, some of these have been really quite tricky actually. I'm not gonna lie, because that one, if I have it right in my head, without the name of it, the name is really part of the logo as well. It does actually make it quite hard.
Name is very prevalent, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, final question.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm confident with this one actually. I know this one. Yeah, this is an old sport of mine. There was a lot of this.
An old sport.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can rule out rugby if it's an old sport. There's a little hint.
Yeah. Not going to say anything else though. That one.
What do you reckon? Out of 20 so far, how many would you have got?
Out of 20, ooh. I would like to say I'd back myself to get 10. At least half.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe 11 or 12. But I think that, I'm not sure. What about you? How many do you think you would get?
Yeah, I'd be happy with the halfway mark. Definitely, I'd be happy with that. The first round, I think there are a few that really stumped me, so I'd be really happy with the halfway. But that's why, like you said, that's the benefit of having a team. Okay. 2 rounds down. We've had the trivia. We've had the logos. 2 rounds to go. The pride of Manchester sport is on the line. James White struggling with the logos. Let's hope he can pick it up. Here we go. What have we got for round 3 then, Jen?
We have, like I said earlier, the observation round,
which I am very excited for. This is no prior knowledge needed, just all pure observation. So this is excellent for any of us that have struggled for the last couple of rounds. We're going to watch a short video now, and it might be worth splitting your team up a little bit, who to watch for what, or different things to keep your eyes out for. Maybe even get a pen and paper or your phone out to make a note of stuff. I'm just trying to give you some tips here because this is going to be frustrating, I think. So we're going to watch the video, and then we'll have 10 questions based on what we've just seen. So do keep your eyes peeled. Let's have a look at this video then and see what we've got.
Casting set up. And you will win it. That makes a brilliant move.
Nice. Well, there we go. There's a lot happening in that video. A lot. Let's have a look at the questions, shall we? Go on.
Here we go. Question 1. I'll tell you what, these rounds, they are hard. Question 1. What is the number we see the first athlete wearing on her bib before she races?
Little details like that are easy to just let slip.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's the kind of questions that you get. They're difficult, aren't they? The other thing is you just don't know what to look for. That's the other thing.
It's tricky. Really tricky. But there we go. That's what we've got. The number. Oh, easy to just pull something out of nowhere, isn't it? For that. So easy.
Go anywhere.
Let's see what we've got next. Question 2. What slogan was written on the white t-shirts of the women's lacrosse team yelling in a huddle? Interesting. Actually, well, yeah. I think we just had another technical hit. See these laptops and they're technical.
She's loose.
Oh,
We just had a
dear.
message through buzzing telling us we've had the wrong video, but that's fine because now, if you remembered those 2 questions, you've got a hint for what a couple of questions might be, which is only going to make things easier, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Also, it was quite a nice video anyway, actually. I quite enjoyed it.
What's gone wrong there, Jen? What's happened?
I think we've watched the wrong video. I'll take the blame for that. It's fine. Don't worry.
Are you taking responsibility for that, Jen?
I'll take responsibility for that one.
Okay. No, we'll go joint. We'll take half the blame me. But they've got a big hint, haven't they? Like you said, for those first 2.
The first 2 questions. Absolutely. So hopefully you've made note of them and remember what they were. But I really don't mind watching a couple of videos because that was one of the best parts in school was when you got to end of the year and your teacher just wheeled through the wee telly and you got to watch a video for the day. So that was always a highlight, I'm not going to say. Not going to lie. But yeah, good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So scrap any answers that you just had. Get ready for round 3. It's going to come. Okay. We're just figuring out. Bear with us. We're just trying to think. We might have to scrap round 3. we've got the wrong video. It doesn't quite match up with the questions that you see on the answer sheet. If that is the case, don't worry, not a problem. The Pride of Manchester's sport is still on the line. We'll just have 3 rounds instead of 4. But okay, we're just gonna have a look here. What do you reckon, Jen? Are we gonna have to scrap round 3?
Let me buzz in and check with my tech guys. Yeah, I think we'll just go on to round 4, shall we? Let's
go on to round 4. We were initially going to have a break. No break anymore. We're still ready. We'll go straight into round 4. And round 4 is higher, faster, stronger. We mentioned it earlier on. The round is this. You're going to be asked a question with options, and your task is to select which answer is either higher, faster, or stronger based on the question. I love these rounds. These are up there with my favourite kind of rounds.
Right. What is heavier? The total weight of the English rugby starting team from 2020, December 2020, or a male white
Rhino. Interesting, because rhinos are big boys.
That is
but
a
also,
hard question.
see the guys that are in the scrum for the rugby? They're massive.
You've got some
Absolutely massive.
mullets. I'll tell you what. Half of them have mullets now, don't they, Jen, as well?
I don't know what I think about the mullet.
What's prompted suddenly so many mullets in rugby?
I guess, particularly just now for lockdown, it's maybe easier just to have a scrappy haircut like that. But then, yeah, all the guys down in New Zealand and Australia, I think, were doing it first. So I feel like they must set the trends for rugby. Who knows?
All right, here we go. Question 2. Which of the following is the longest or highest? Is it A, long jump world record? Is it B, the pole vault world record? C, the length of a squash court? Or D, top diving platform? Tell you what.
Hard.
What?
Hard.
Did you do long jump at school, Jen?
Yeah, we did do a bit, yeah. Wasn't a strong point of mine. I was better at the long distance running. That was where they just placed me.
Was that because what was the thing that you dreaded? Because everyone dreaded one thing on sports day, didn't they? What was the one thing that you didn't want to do?
I was quite good at just getting nervous for it all, to be honest, excited, nervous. Yeah, too competitive, really, I think. Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? Right, question 3. Which of the following is the fastest? Fastest speeds recorded in an F1 race, fastest badminton smash, fastest tennis serve, and fastest speed recorded in MotoGP race. Now, tennis serves is great because obviously in Wimbledon, they tell you the speeds and it's pretty fast. They can get them going.
It's not. I don't even think it's just Wimbledon, actually. I think you've got quite a few. They do show you, don't they? And they get some massive speed, don't they?
Yeah, it's quite insane, actually. But whether that's faster than any of those other ones, I really
would find it tough to call.
I'll have to see. Fastest badminton smash. Oh, I don't know. I can't imagine that'd be faster than tennis, but you never know, really.
You do. The shuttlecocks can go quite speedy.
They can.
MotoGP, I haven't watched much of it, so.
All right, here we go. Question 4. Name the heaviest of these items: a squash ball, an ice hockey puck, a golf ball, or a pool ball. Okay, moving to the heaviest.
Yeah, interesting. So I've played squash once, I think.
Yeah.
Ice hockey, never played. Golf, dabbled, a wee bit of crazy golf here and there. And pool ball, I prefer my snooker to pool, but that's, they're the same basically. Not quite. Snooker's better, What would you say to this one? Do you think you've got an answer?
I know I wouldn't pick squash ball. I think that one's fairly light, if I can remember. But
Mm.
again, yeah, I've never held an ice hockey puck. Haven't played much golf, so I don't know. We'll have to see.
Tough.
Which of these is the longest? Longest distance swam in one breath, hammer throw world record, longest rugby penalty kick, or the longest goal in Premier League history. Ooh, this is interesting.
That's some question there.
Yeah.
No. These are all head scratches, aren't they? They're all questions that make you just really, really think.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously with the distance one, with C and D, you've got a limited amount of distance of like a rugby pitch and a football pitch. Hammer throw, I don't think they have a set distance. And then for holding your breath, well, yeah, how long can you hold your breath till you pass out, basically?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I always back myself too much with holding my breath. Did you ever play that game when you were younger? Just how far you could swim?
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Never good.
All right. Which player has scored the most Premier League goals? Is it A, Wayne Rooney, B, Michael Owen, C, Frank Lampard, or D, Jermaine Defoe?
You're more the football boy here, so I don't know. That's hard.
Because you've started hanging around with people that like football a bit more this year, Jen, haven't you? You got a bit more invested. You like your fantasy Premier League, is that right?
I do, yeah. And I've been doing it with the rugby as well, but the football, here, I was doing so well for so long, but I've slipped down a bit recently. Yeah, it's been a bit of a pain, to be honest. And I think with this question, I think I would struggle as well, not gonna lie, because they're all legends. So to pick one, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know at all. But it's a good thing it's multiple choice, I suppose.
Yep.
Question 7. Let's see what we've got. Go on. Let's get it up.
Jen.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Here we go.
There we go. We were thinking here. Another tech issue. Right. Usain Bolt has the fastest ever recorded running speed. What maximum speed has he run? 23.5 miles per hour, 25.7, 27.8, or 29.9. There's not a lot of difference between them, to be honest. And yeah, they're all fast.
It's a wild guess, is what it would be from me. A wild guess. Yeah. What about you? Would you have any idea there?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm picturing a car going through a 20s plenty / town zone, and I'm imagining tall Usain Bolt running alongside a car. That's the only thing that I can equate this to. But it doesn't really help because they're all so close. So what can you do?
You've got interesting logic and strategies for trying to. I like it. All right, go on then. Which is longer, an Olympic standard velodrome, a standardized outdoor athletics track, the circumference of an Aussie rules oval pitch, or a quarter of a mile? Oh, I tell you what, because Aussie rules is a bit similar to rugby. Is that right, Jen?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But I only, again, introduced to it this year for the first time. And it looks absolutely mental, like mayhem. See some of the videos, bonkers. But the pitch, like weird because it's the shape of an oval. So
yeah, I didn't know that actually. I didn't know it was in the shape of an oval. So that's interesting. Would you ever play
it? Probably not. I'm not that violent a person. I can stand my grounds, but yeah, I don't know. It looks fun, but. Weird. Oh, interesting. Here we go. Which of these players has scored the most international rugby tries? We've got Brian Habana, Brian O'Driscoll, he's cool, Shane Williams, and Julian Savea. Interesting. Okay, I like this.
A couple of rugby questions tonight, Jen.
Yeah. It's making me question how much rugby knowledge I actually have. which is probably not loads, but oh well.
I'll tell you
I
what.
This one, would I be guessing? I would, yeah, let's be honest, I'd be guessing. I think I'd be struggling with this round a lot more.
Any Scots on there, Jen? Any of those guys
No.
Scottish? I know Brian O'Driscoll's not. Shame
No.
on you. No.
No. That's all right. Not yet. Not yet.
Question's
Just you
void
wait.
to you then, Jen. There's only one more to go. Only one more chance for another bit of Scottish rugby history.
Oh, go on.
Here we go.
Oh,
US golfer. It's golf. US golfer Mike Austin set the world record for the longest drive on the PGA Tour in 1974. How far did he hit the ball? 462 yards, 493 yards, 504 yards, or 515 yards?
So, Lewis, go on. How confident would you be with this one?
This one, oh, yeah, I'd say no, not very confident at all. I won't back myself here.
Confidence out of 10. Give us a number.
I'd say 1 out of 10. Well, I go 2.5 out of 10 because there's four choices, but we've both established we're not golfers.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an extraordinary amount of distance, though, isn't it? To smash a golf ball.
Insane.
How far would you get? What do you reckon?
Oh, give me 100 yards. I think that'd be it. I think my technique would be
That's not
shocking.
bad. 100 yards is not bad.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, there we go. Sadly, we didn't quite have the 4 rounds. We've had 3. It's time to get your answers submitted. If you're on a call, if you've got your team with you, have a couple of last-minute adjustments. We're about to have a 2-minute countdown to submit your answers. And yeah, make sure you get them submitted because that is how you're eligible to be crowned the champion of Manchester, of the big sports Manchester quiz. So, okay, a couple of minutes, Jen, should we give them to make a couple of changes?
Yeah, I think I would be quickly skimming over my answers and trying to work out. I'm pretty sure I would have some blanks as well just now, so it'd be a case of what was that question? Let's put something down. You may as well put something down, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Which round would you be most confident off the back of?
I think it would have to probably be the brands actually, because that's first sport and trivia round. You could so easily just choose the wrong one, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, we'll give you 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds to get your answers in. Click submit, and then after we've got all the answers in, we'll tally them up. We'll announce the winner. But you know what? Getting these quizzes marked up, it's not quite the last thing we've got planned for tonight, is it, Jen?
No, not at all. Hopefully you've got your answers in now. That's time up. Because next what we're going to have is a short talk on the Christian faith from Duncan. Now, as humans, I think we can all agree, we all long to be loved and valued, which it really has been driven home more than ever over the last year with COVID. And Dunks is going to introduce to us now and show us how Jesus gives us the answer and tells us the answer to that really desire to be loved and valued as humans. Over to you, Dunks.
Who would have thought? I forget to press unmute. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. Apologies for a few of the tech glitches. But as you tune in from your living room, I want you to come with me to the world of cricket. I'm going to tell you the story of Steve Smith and Dave Warner. They were the captain and the vice captain of the Australian cricket team, for those unaware. And as I tell you the story, I want you to imagine how they must have felt. They were the pride and glory of the Australian cricket team, of the whole nation. The nation's eyes were on them. Steve Smith, the captain, one of the best batsmen the world had ever seen. And here he is, chest out, leading the Australian national cricket team. Something every child in Australia, genuinely, every child in Australia aspires for a baggy green cap to play for Australia at the Gabba. Until you have a moment you wish never happened. Steve Smith, Dave Warner, captain and vice captain, caught cheating, ball tampering. They got sandpaper. They were scratching the ball to give them an advantage. And they got caught as the TV cameras zoomed in. In that moment, the whole world saw it. They went from hero to zero, to public poster boy, to public enemy number one in a split second like that. They were ostracized, banned from cricket for a year, and shamed by the whole Australian public. Imagine how they would have felt. Just imagine, come with it. Imagine how they would have felt. Broken, distraught, helpless, lost. Steve Smith, he was on tears on national television. And maybe you feel similar now as you tune in. Maybe you feel lost, helpless. And hey, I don't blame you. It's been a difficult 10 months, hasn't it, during COVID? And perhaps as you listen in, you even feel ashamed for how you're feeling or for something you've done. And you're afraid. Afraid what people are going to think. Afraid that they might judge you because you're struggling. Afraid what they're going to say. Oh, what's up with them? What are they doing? Well, let me tell you. If that's how you feel tonight as you listen in, Jesus has an answer to your worries. An answer to your isolation during COVID and beyond. And we're going to look into that. And a story where Jesus is with those who feel lost and ashamed. And as he's with them, others are asking those judgy questions. Well, what is he doing with them? They're a complete waste of time. Just like renewing your passport in 2020. Yeah, you see, Jesus heard them saying these things and he responded with a story. So come with me, listening to the story. I want you to imagine you're a farmer, a sheep farmer. You're on a hill, you've got 100 sheep scattered across the hill, and you tend to your flock day and night, feeding them and making sure they're okay. And yet one day when you go up on the hill, one of them's missing. What would you do? You'd leave the sheep, the 99, and you go and find this one sheep. And in Jesus' story, that's what the shepherd did. After scouring the hills, he found it. He joyfully picked it up, put it on his shoulders, and went home. And when he got back, he went to his friends and his neighbors and he said, "Celebrate with me. Rejoice. I've found my lost sheep." And maybe you're sitting there and you're like, "Dunks, this is totally irrelevant to me." Stick with me. Stick with me, please. You see, this story of a lost sheep seems abstract, but I'm sure we can all relate to being lost at one point in our life, either now or at some other time. You see, we are that lost sheep, wandering on the hillside, trying to find something in life that will make us feel valued, important, found. I'll be the first to admit, I've done it with many things in my life. Trying to find that perfect grad job, when in reality, I have no idea what I actually want to do. Maybe my sport, I'm desperate to feel important, to be valued. Yet one bad game, not getting picked, bad form, or not even going to play sport like now, and I feel lost. Maybe it's socially. COVID has just disrupted everything, hasn't it? And often I sit at home and feel like a waster. No idea what to do with my time. Or perhaps we turn to other things to fill it. To porn, to online dating. Maybe for some of you it's betting. You put your online accumulator on Man United, Man City and Liverpool to win. And yet again, Liverpool let you down. Hey, predictable. You should have guessed. You see, what we're doing is we're hoping they'll fill a void. Yet after a while, deep down, you still feel lost, ashamed. You don't want to tell anyone, so you put on a mask, a false persona, whilst asking ourselves, what can I do to make me feel valued, to feel important, to make ourselves better? You see, in these moments, we're living for ourselves, and it's what the Bible calls sin. Living for me, and what will make me happier, me better, me more valued, instead of living for God, the Creator who made us. How we just turn our backs on Him and reject Him. And you see, rejecting God has consequences. Like Smith and Warner being banned from cricket for a year for cheating. As we reject God, the giver of life, what we're actually doing is rejecting life itself, and we're choosing death, which leads to eternal separation from God. Now that sounds pretty severe. Yet come with me back to the story. As the sheep wanders, what does the shepherd do? Searches for it. You see, Jesus searches for his sheep. He doesn't give up on you no matter who you are or what you have done. He pursues you and loves you. So if you're sitting here, listening in, and you feel lost, hear me loud and clear. Here is a shepherd who loves you, who knows you, who wants to find you. But will you let him pick you up? For when the shepherd finds his sheep, he puts them on his shoulders and carries you home, like carrying an injured teammate off the pitch. You put them on your shoulders, no matter how heavy they may be. No matter how heavy your burdens in life might be, Jesus is willing to carry you home. But are you willing to acknowledge that you need his help? Because when you do, he rejoices. He celebrates. Get in. He's found his lost sheep. Get in, he says. My lost possession, that is you. Get in. No matter how you feel, alone, down, here is certain hope of someone who loves you deeply. How do I know this? Because he went to such lengths to make sure you are known and loved. He died on a cross for you and came back to life. You see, we've walked away from the shepherd, the one who cares for us, feeds us, protects us. And without him, we'll die on that hillside. And yet, here is a shepherd who runs after us. Even in COVID, when we feel stranded and lost in a deep crevasse, when we're on the top of a cliff, feel wobbly like things might cave in and fall at any moment. Here is a shepherd who comes looking for you, who is God himself. No matter who you are or what you've done in the past, you can be known intimately by him, loved. How? How can you have this worth and value? By acknowledging we need help. By acknowledging we need God to pick us up because we can't do it ourselves. So turn to God. Say sorry for living for yourself and believe in Jesus as the Son of God. See, Smith and Warner, after acknowledging they needed help and were sorry, a year later they were welcomed back into the Australian cricket team. The shame of the press, long gone as Smith goes and hits 100 in the Ashes in England. But knowing Jesus, it's far greater than this. We are called to say sorry, to believe in Jesus, the shepherd who cares for you. If you do, he says, look, you're forgiven. Forgiven for living for yourself. That shame, the embarrassment, long gone. Because here is a God who loves you as his child. And he says, look, come Come and be part of my family forever. Forever. See, this isn't a career that will end as you grow old, as the limbs fail. No, it's not dependent on performance. It's not about what you do, but what the shepherd has done. And look what happens when he picks you up. When you let the shepherd pick you up, he celebrates and rejoices. See, this is a taste of what's to come if you put your trust in Jesus. Eternal life. It might not be easy today as you do that, but there's promise of eternal life by believing in Jesus, where the feelings of embarrassment, helplessness, lost are long gone and replaced with joy, laughter, smiles forever. So the question I want to ask you tonight is, will you be at that party? Will you celebrate with the Lord? Will you let the shepherd pick you up tonight, place you on his shoulders, and carry you home? So I want you to consider that tonight. Little question is going to pop up on the screen. And as it does, just take a minute to think this through. Do you think you need the shepherd's help tonight? Because you see, this isn't something that we can just sit on the fence with. You either believe or you do not. So I urge you tonight to consider the relevance of Jesus for your own lives. But go on, turn to the person who bought you. Ask them why they need the shepherd's help. And where do you need it? Thank you.
Well, big thank you to Duncan for sharing with us tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the talk and have maybe had just a bit of time to really think about the question that Dunk's asked us just there. Do you think you need the shepherd's help? Really think about the question. Really think about how you can respond to what's just been shared. But what do you reckon, Jen? Is it time to go through the answers?
Yeah, I think so. Let's get through these answers. I'd love to see how well we're
getting with that. So, first question, shall we see?
Go on, let's go. We've had a bit of technical difficulties. We've had a brilliant talk, and now let's have a look. What have we got? Who's gonna come home?
Oh,
Yeah.
USA, is it?
What's USA?
Wow. I think I've got here that it was USA have 217 medals. Mad.
Okay. Footballer. It's not Ronaldo or Messi. Who is it? I think it might be Luka Modric. Yeah.
Oh,
Modric. There we go. The Croatian maestro.
I do know his name too here. Oh yeah, this was the ladies rugby, which team's ranked number 1 in the international rankings. I think either New Zealand or England. Oh,
New Zealand and then just as it pops on the screen, England. There you go.
Wow, there you are.
Nice. Okay, Tour de France. I'm not too sure on this one. Let's have a look.
I know it's not Chris Froome. Like, it's not him. Or Geraint Thomas.
Oh, go on, Jen. Pronunciation. What do you reckon?
Tadej Pogačar?
You've just defended any cycling team that's tuning in. All right, here we go. Djokovic. He was disqualified. Why though? Let's have a look. Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Not the smartest move from old Novak, to be fair.
I know. Which undefeated mixed martial arts? That's right. BBC World Sports Star of the Year last year. Who was it? Let's see. Ooh, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Sorry, I know he's Russian. I'm sorry. The name is
Jen, fair play for attempting it. Honestly. Go on then. The Ryder Cup. It didn't happen last year. Padraig Harrington.
Harrington.
There we go. Okay. And
Great.
for the cricket,
Which nation won the Women's T20 Cricket World Cup? Go on, let's see. Who is it? Australia. Oh, they're good, aren't they? They are good.
and they were the hosts as well, I think, for that one.
Mm.
There we
Go on. Who do we think for this?
Oh, this was a big question. No way. 10. 1972 to 2012.
Madness.
That is-
Madness.
What
Right.
an absolute unit.
Who's going to be Alan Wynne Jones? It's got to be a Kiwi. Has to be. There's some legends. Richie McCaw.
Jim McCall.
Legend.
There we go. Okay, the logos. This is the one that you backed yourself. Player layer.
Player layer. They do all the uni stash. They do loads, don't they?
All the uni kit.
They are good at that. And Macron, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Why should you have known that one?
Because they do the Scottish rugby kit just now. Like, of course.
Kookaburra. There we go. We've found a bit of a newfound love for cricket. There it is.
Yeah.
Cricketing giant.
Ah, butterfly. There you go. I couldn't have told you that one. I think
Table tennis, I think. They do quite a lot of table tennis
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, there it is. Speedo.
Yeah. Speedo.
You were
Knew
confident
that one.
with this one, weren't you, Jem?
Oh, A6, of course.
There it is. TaylorMade. I wouldn't know that one. I believe it's a golfing brand, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely one of the harder ones.
Yeah. Grays. I do not know Grays at all. Do you know, Lewis?
I think they do a lot of hockey sticks. If I'm not, I think they're a hockey brand. There you go, Jen. You know this one.
Gilbert, yeah. Rugby. Another rugby ball one.
I feel like 95% of rugby balls are made by Gilbert. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. The majority by far. Always in school. And Yonex.
Next, there it is. They do.
Back my badminton days and tennis days. You
do
did a
quite-
bit of tennis as well. You should know that one.
Okay, here we go. Higher, faster, stronger. The answers, they're coming in. Oh, this was
Oh, so
Oh.
it was a rhino in the end.
that's absolutely, you know.
And a
That's
whole team. Wow.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, diving platform is the highest out of those distances, 10 meters. Wow.
it's massive. Okay, which is the fastest? Which one was it?
Wait, Badminton Smash is the fastest.
Smash. It was.
That's
Still a
bad.
tennis. That's interesting stuff we got there.
Yeah.
All right, heaviest. Oh, I think this one was the pool, but yeah. Look at that,
Okay.
170 grams. Although, look at the ice hockey puck, not too
Yeah.
far away, second place there.
Not far. Longest. Which of these is the longest? Oh, no way. I would not have put that. 202 meters. That's pretty far.
That is massive. There
One
we
guy
go.
backed himself there. Big time.
Most Premier League goals. And there he is. Wayne Rooney, 208.
Wow.
Absolute machine. Recently retired.
Yeah.
Now doing some work with Derby. But what a man Wayne Rooney is.
Mm. Yeah, you'll be a fan of his. Oh, go on. Usain Bolt, fastest speed, maximum speed. 27.8. Here, it's fast. It is fast. Longest.
It is. We chatted about it as well, didn't we, Jen? The Aussie rules.
Oh, there you go. I'd be intrigued to see it over an Aussie Rules pitch. Which of these players has scored the most international rugby tries? Brian Habana. He's South African, I think, actually.
That is a massive number of tries. Fair play to him.
Yeah. Big stuff. Last one.
Oh, this was a shot in the dark.
Yeah, Mike Austin golf. 515 yards.
Bit further than the 100 that you thought you'd get yourself, Jen, eh?
Yeah, wee bit more, isn't it?
But I'd be very happy with 100. I'd be very happy with 100. All right, there we go. The answers we've seen, 3 rounds. The pride of sporting knowledge in Manchester is on the line. What do you reckon, Jen? Are we ready? Should we get some results in? Should we reveal our winners?
Oh yeah, go on. Are we gonna do a 3, 2, 1 from third, second, first?
I think so. I think we've got the top 3. In third place is That Name Is Unspeakable with
What a
10
name.
points. Not a bad effort. Coming home in third place. All right. Who have we got? Second place, Salford CU with 12.
Go on.
Commendable effort. Not quite the top because the winner, the bragging rights belong to Hockey-ish with 15 points. Brilliant effort from Hockey-ish. There you go. Whoever you are, the bragging rights belong to you. And do you know what? We'd love to see the setup you've got right now. In fact, all 3 that finish in the top 3. Get a picture of yourselves. Get a picture of the team. If you're on a Zoom call or whatever it might be, tag us on a social media post. Tag #BigSportsQuiz. We'd love to see what you're up to. But I guess what's left for us to say, Jen?
Well, thanks for coming. It's been such a pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, even with the tech issues. It's been good fun. Yeah, and well done to Hockey-ish, I suppose.
Well done. Yes, indeed. Thanks very much for joining us, everyone. It's been brilliant to have you with us. And you know what? Please do go home and have a think about what Dunk shared and consider that question. Do you need the shepherd's help? Have a chat with friends. Have a chat with the person that invited you along. But really think into that as it was shared tonight. But yeah, thanks very much for coming. Thanks for being with me as well, Jen. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Lewis. It's been good fun. We've had a laugh.
And have a great rest of the evening.
Yeah, thanks everyone. See you later.